Yeah, and we are live. Good evening, viewers at home, and welcome to our weekly broadcast again this Sunday evening. We want to say good evening all the way from France. Though we have business partners from Nigeria, from UK, and our amiable guest speaker is from Canada. So good evening from France. Good afternoon from Canada. Good evening from Nigeria. Welcome to our podcast again, viewers. We are so glad to have you again this week, and we want to say thank you for always joining us on this podcast. And I believe today's podcast, you are going to have a wonderful time with us because we have a very amazing speaker that is going to, that is going to tell us more about this digital business. We will be bombarding her with questions, and I believe she's ready for us. She's ready to answer all of our questions. So, viewers at home, if you have questions bothering your mind that you want to ask our guest speaker, please do so by putting your questions in the comment section. And so before we go into the business of the day proper, I will want my fellow hosts to introduce themselves because of our guest speaker. She's coming on our platform for the first time, so we want her to really meet us. And so, in just one minute, I want my colleagues to briefly introduce themselves to our viewers that are just joining us for the first time and also to our guest speaker. So, Star Felicia, all over to you. Can we know you briefly?
Yeah. Thank
Just
you.
introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. It's evening here in the UK, so it's good evening from my end. Happy Sunday to you all. Thank you for always showing up. My name is Felicia Bossede Akintola. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a registered nurse. I'm originally from Nigeria, but I currently work and live in the United Kingdom as a registered nurse. On the side, I run this amazing digital business. So that's just briefly me.
Thank you so much, Star Felicia. To you, Sister Diola, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adiola Solushe, and good evening from Nigeria. It's past 9 in Nigeria now. So I'm a Christian, I'm a wife, I'm a mom of two beautiful girls. I used to work for the federal government of my country, but I retired last year. So now I'm a stay-at-home mom and I run this business fully by the side. Thank you, Coach Bimz, for joining us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that brief introduction. Sister Ganiat, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers at home?
Good evening from France. Bonjour, 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 bonjour.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, bonsoir, bon après-midi. That depends on what time you're watching us. My name is Ganiat. I'm a mother of three adorable boys. I'm a Christian, but you'll be wondering, Ganiat, Christian. My husband is a pastor, so don't bother. But I work in hotel and restaurants, but right now I'm a student. I am trying to study accounting here in France so that I can be able to at least, now add more to extra income everywhere, every angle. But I will run this business as a side hustle, second stream of income, and it has been a blessing since I've been running it. I've never regretted doing this business. I hope you viewers that you are watching us, one day you will take that leap of faith and start this business because everyone needs a second stream of income. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Ganiat. Thank you. And my humble self, my name still remains Oluwakemi Jumola. I'm originally from Nigeria as well, but I currently live in France with my family. I'm a mom of two. I work in the hospitality industry and I run my digital business as a side also as well. So you're welcome to our live broadcast again this night, and then we'll go straight to our guest speaker, our amiable Bimz. We call her Bimz. So, Sister Bimz, please, we want you to introduce yourself to our viewers at home. Thank you.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am live from Ontario, Canada. So It's evening here, 4 p.m. So it's nice to be here with every one of you and also all our audiences watching this live. My name is, well, my full name is Abimbola Fadipe, but friends and everyone calls me Bimz for short. I am a mom, a wife. I have 3 boys, just like Ganiat here. And professionally, I am a human resources advisor, and I work for the government of Canada here. And I am a digital business owner as well. I know many people say they do this on the side, but for me, I do this full time as well because I don't see it as my plan B. I see it as my plan A. So, and it's been an incredible journey being a digital business owner and entrepreneur. So it's nice to be here, everyone.
Thank you so much. It's nice to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, without wasting much of our time, I'll be asking my co-host to ask our guest speaker their individual questions. I'm sure we have all prepared ourselves. We'll be bombarding them with questions. So, one after the other, I will be asking us to ask our speaker individual questions. So, I'll be starting from Staganiat. What is your question for our guest speaker?
My question is to Sister Bimpe is, Sister Bimpe,
Bimbo.
Sister Bimbo, you work as woman resources, you work for Canadian government. There is this money. Why did you not decided to choose that online again? Because we believe people up there, they have the money, they have everything, especially working for Canadian government. Why do you now choose this online business over all other type of businesses?
Wow, that's a fantastic question. Where do I start from? So your question comes in 2 ways. So why, I'm working for the government. It should be lucrative enough. Why did I choose to start a business? I think it's very important that one has multiple streams of income. Growing up, I remember my mom working also for the government in Nigeria, and she did many other things. She had several businesses she was doing, and she always encouraged us to have multiple streams of income. Even though then all I just wanted to do was to have a good job, even back home in Nigeria. And by the time we relocated here to Canada, I just wanted a good job. Let me just have a fantastic job and I'll be fine. But we all know that when you move to, when you move abroad or when you move to developed countries, you realize that your job cannot sustain you. It may pay your bills and you're fine, but if you have dreams and goals for yourself, for your family, to help other people, the funds are not there. So I then decided that, you know what, I need to find something else to do. Things at a certain point really got financially stressful for myself and my husband. And, it was time for me to really think outside that employee mindset that I had always had, and look for something else to do. Now, initially, my intent was to get a second job, but I knew that I did not want a physical job. I wanted something I could do online. And so I started searching for, maybe an online job, virtual assist, something, that I could make money while doing it at home at my spare time. And then I found this business online as well because I was searching, and it basically ticked all the boxes. I could do it, at my spare time. It was very flexible to do around my family, my job and all the other activities I had. It's profitable. It's legitimate because at the end of the year, I'm able to file my taxes because obviously I didn't want to do anything that wasn't legal, So, and then I was going to get guidance. I had a coach, I had a mentor. So it just ticked all the boxes. And apart from that, I saw ordinary individuals like myself who were also in the immigrants in the diaspora, and they were successful. And so I decided that, this makes a lot of sense. And because I didn't want anything as an intentional mom, I didn't want anything that would take me away from my boys. I wanted to be around them. And so this just ticked all the boxes, made sense. It's a business, and I was ready to commit to building it for as long as I could. And that was why I decided to choose and start this online business almost a year ago.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that explanation. Hope that answers your question, Sister Ganiat.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
okay with that. Okay. So, Sister Deola, what is your question for our guest speaker?
Okay, thank you, Coach Bimz, once again for coming to our show. So my question is this: when you were starting at the beginning of your business, when you were starting out, did you have any struggles, any challenge when you were starting? And if yes, what did you do to overcome all these challenges?
Thank you.
Yes, challenges. I think with every new thing comes its own challenge. Um, I know for me as an individual, when I set my mind to do something, I go for it head on. And so I had, set my mind that I'm going to do this, and not having expectations, because sometimes when you have too much expectations and you don't get it immediately, you're discouraged. So I came in ready to just do this. My first challenge was the fact that I needed to be on social media. We say this is digital marketing, right? And being a digital marketing business, you need to use the digital platforms. And what are the digital platforms? Social media. So I had a bit of concern about coming on social media, because prior to now, once in a while, just post birthday, or is my kid's birthday, I put it on my profile, and really that was all. I didn't do so much on social media. But one thing I had to, you know, wrestle, this was a wrestle with myself, was if this is a pathway to achieve the goals that you want, then why not um, put your fears, because it was all about fear of the unknown. What will people think about me? And I remember a statement, I think it was my coach, or I can't remember who said this, and said, Vince, what people think about you is really not your business, because whether you do good or you do bad, you do great or not, people will still think something about you. So you can't change what people think. As long as you are doing what is beneficial to you, what is righteous, by God's standards, you're fine. And so I had to think about that and basically be confident in myself and confident in this business that I've chosen to do, and do it with all my heart. So that was my first challenge. Another challenge was, being time management. I work for the government, I have boys, and I also had a makeup business, or I still have a makeup business that I was doing then, aside all the other activities I had, and just being able to manage everything, together was a bit difficult because I wasn't able to balance it. But what I had to do to overcome that challenge was to really sit down, look at what I do every day. Because prior to starting this business, I won't lie, I would spend hours watching series, maybe surfing, internet, just laughing and looking at different posts and all that. And I realized that I was wasting a lot of my time doing things that were not productive to me. And so I had to schedule my time, cut off all those things, those things that I used to binge on that were not really adding value. and started investing more time in building my business and also other things that I do. So I had a schedule for myself. I made sure things that I did were productive, and it's been a work in progress since then, and I'm glad that most of my time now, I can't remember the last time I watched series. Most of my time now, it's either I'm at work or I'm doing my business or with the family or we're out somewhere. So it's more productive. And the amazing thing is I've been able to see the results moving forward. And then so many skills. I was scared if I would understand, digital marketing, how I will know that. But that wasn't even a big struggle because when I started this business, I had comprehensive training to guide me on what to do and how to leverage all the different platforms that are available for me to run my business. So in tackling struggles or challenges, for me, I sit down, think about it. Okay, so how do I make this work for me? And look for resources or look for a way out and how to manage it and have overcome. Now, there's still so many other challenges that come along the way, but as they come, I focus on that and I make them a stepping stone to even be better, improve on myself. So
Wow.
that's the answer to that.
Thank you
Thank you
so much.
so much. Thank you, Sister Bimz. Thank you so much. Welcome on board, Sister Kemi, all the way from Belgium. You're welcome. So we go to Sister Felicia. What's your question for our guest speaker?
Thank you very much, Sister Kemi. Thank you, Sister Bimz, for joining us tonight. We really appreciate your presence. So my question to you is, what has been your achievement since you started this business? Could you please tell our audience?
Wow, achievements. Where do I start from? Is it the confidence? Is it being able to inspire people? The benefits of giving value. There's so many things, but I'll just mention a few of them. So one of the things, I mean, even before starting this business, one thing that I believe is my calling from God is to have a positive, really positive impact in people's lives. Before this business, I was someone who would want to help people to find a better way of life, so to say, whether it's in their job or in a competence or something. And I would attribute that to maybe my background in human resources. So being in this community, I think one of the things that I am really grateful for is that I can also offer that here based on my experience, based on my learning, and have that positive impact in people's life. And not just having it, but seeing the changes in their lives, seeing the growth in people's lives. That for me is something I am grateful for and is an achievement. Another thing is being able to run a business. Many people don't have the capacity, courage to run a business. As we all know, starting something new has so many ups and downs. You are motivated today, tomorrow you are not, but just to see that I have consistently stayed on course this whole year, even with all the challenges, disappointments, ups and downs. And I think that for me is an achievement. Apart from that, when it comes to the business itself, the business has really blessed my family financially. Yes, we're not where we want to be yet, but just seeing that the seed that I planted and the efforts that I have put into that seed growing, and of course with God blessing it, it's growing. I see it germinating, and I've gained income from this. I've gained personal growth. There's so many things that I didn't used to do prior to now that I do now, that I do right now. I find it very difficult to read books, but now I challenge myself. I'm not there yet though, but I challenge myself to read books, even if it's an audio book, I try to listen to it. Now I listen to a lot of podcasts on, motivation, financial intelligence, entrepreneurial mindset, growth. Those things are what keeps me going. And I see myself being a better person, improving in my understanding of business, helping people, personal development, business development. So there's just so much. And then the people I have met tons and tons of people within our business community that I'm meeting all you wonderful women today, but there are people that I have met that I would never have met, I don't know, in this world, but God has brought them into my lives. Some have become my very, very close friends, that we share things together, we cry together, we support each other, we're being there for each other. And really that human connection, you can never underestimate the extent to which it has great impact in your life. So those are some of the benefits that I've gained from starting my business.
Wow.
Thank you
Yeah.
very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. You still have another question? You're okay?
No, that's just it.
Okay,
Thank
okay.
you.
Okay, thank you, Bimz, for that explanation. So, Sister Kemi from Belgium, do you have a question for our guest speaker?
Yeah, it's good evening, Mass. Good evening, Sister Beams. Thanks for honoring us. God will honor you.
Amen.
Thanks a lot. My own question is, in your view, what is the most rewarding aspect of being in this business community? And why should someone be excited to join the journey? At least to join us on this journey.
The most rewarding, sincerely, I would say the personal development, because a lot of us, we go to high school, we go to the university, higher institution, get a a master's degree, bachelor's degree, whatever degree we get, a diploma, and we don't gain that personal development. We just go to school. Let me just go to school because our aim is so that I can get a job, so that I can work for somebody else. But within our business community, it's not just about business. We see that you are the business, you are the entity. And if you do not develop yourself, there's no way you'll be able to build your business. If you look at a lot of the great business owners or entrepreneurs that we know in the world, when you hear them speak, it's like you're like, okay, these guys have so much wisdom or so much to offer. And why is that? It's because they have developed themselves. So I would say one of the biggest gains in this business and in our business community is that personal, development. And then the fact that you are able to build something from the scratch and see it grow and blossom, not knowing the end. Yes, you have a goal, but you don't even know how you're going to get there. You know where you're going, but you don't know the how, right? But you keep working at it and seeing it grow step by step. I think that's a big achievement. Owning a business is hard work. I've seen my mom start, different businesses from the scratch, and I know what she went through, even as a young, child. Then watching her trying to put things together. I mean, my mom tried different things. So starting a business and seeing it grow and you not giving up on it. Why? Because you have an incredible support system. I think that is a big achievement. And if anyone is looking for, a business to start, that they will not be on their own and have all the support that is lucrative, that has longevity, that is profitable, that is legal, I 101% recommend this business because it's also flexible. Many of us, if not all of us here, we have other things we're doing. It's either you're working or you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a student, but yet you're still able to do this in your free time. So that just tells you that it's not something that will take you completely away from your life. It's run on automation. So I think those are some of the very salient and important benefits of this business. I think there was another part of your question that I've missed out, but I'm not sure if I answered your question correctly.
Yes, you have done, because the second part was, why should someone want to be excited to join us on this journey? And you have said, you have talked about it.
All right,
Thank you, ma.
perfect.
Thank you.
All
God
right.
bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And then to my own question, actually, my question is I'm asking this question specifically for our viewers, our inspiring business partners viewing us. I just want to ask the question so as to inspire them so that at least they can have a knowledge of, okay, this person has been in this business and this is how she started. So that's why I'm going to ask you this question. I just want to ask you, how long did it take you to take action, as in when you got the information, the business information, how long did it actually take you to get started? And then secondly, were you having, because we know there's an investment involved, were you actually having the finances readily available, or maybe it took you some time to gather up and then before you started your business?
Okay, so I heard about, well, actually, I had been seeing a lot of ads on this business since 2022. And, I at first I was very wary of it because I was like, all these people, what are they saying? Maybe they paid them to come and to come and say this on social media. And with social media, there are so many things that you really need to be careful of. So I really didn't pay attention to it then. But the truth is, sometimes when God makes you uncomfortable and you're looking for something, you keep seeing that thing over and over again. And one day the Holy Spirit nudges you and says, just check this thing out. And really, that was what happened. So I decided to check it out. I think that was early 2023, February. And then it took me I'll say a few months before I decided to start. And one of the reasons it took me 2 months was because I really wanted to research it on my own. I didn't just want it to be a hearsay. Oh, they said this, and I just jump at it. So I wanted to research it on my own. So I took my time to really go deep into what the business is about, what I'm going to be doing, just to understand it, because I want to prepare myself, right? As the Bible says, you need to count the cost. You don't just, you need to sit down and estimate the cost if it's something you're going to do. So that was basically what I did. Now, cost, not money, but cost. If I was ready for this and if it's something that I was ready to do. And so it took me about 2 months before I finally launched my business. And your second question. did I have the finances or the investment to start this business at, immediately? The answer is a big no. No, I did not, And I know some people will be like, you're saying I should come and do business, and you're saying I should bring, in quotes, bring money. But really, one of the things I had to, you know, I had to think about was there is no investment, there's no business in this world that is lucrative and that is legitimate, that does not require some kind of investment. And so if I wanted to do a business that is free, then I should expect to gain free nothing. Like 0 times 0 is zero.
Zero.
So it's the same thing with any business. Even if I'm going to open a shop, right, or an African store, or even sell hair, whatever it is, Ankara, I need money to go to the market to buy the bulk or set up my shop, whatever it is, and then I start selling. And it's the same thing with our business too. There is an investment. So I didn't have, the investment at the beginning, but because I knew that this was a viable business, I decided to find, the investment I needed, and I was able to get that. And that was what I did within that first 2 months as well. And then I started the business.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for that answer. Yes, so you viewers out there, our business is a lucrative one. You don't have to be afraid. You may not have the finances at the beginning, but just start somewhere. You can start little. It's not a must that you should start big. So with the little that you have, you can still start your business, establish your business, and then begin to thrive in your business. So if you're out there, you are viewing us from anywhere in the world, come and check this business out. We are real people doing this business. You can see us all the way from Nigeria, UK, Belgium, France, Canada. Don't be skeptical, guys. Up in, get plugged in, and let's do this together. Lastly, before we go, Bimz,
I have one more question for Sister Bimz.
yes, I want to. Yeah, you can ask your question
I
first
want
before
you
I
to
finally.
ask how did you able to manage negativity around you from families, friends, or even people that are even making business inquiry?
Oh, negativity. I think personally, this is what I do. I know what I want. So irrespective of what you say, I block it off. And that's why before I delve into anything, and this is what I tell anybody that wants to check out our business and wants to start their own, I always say, do your personal research. Do your personal due diligence so that you will be convinced about what you're doing. So that when those negativity comes, it will come. It will always come. But when they come, because you are so sure that, no, this one, I can take it to the bank. So when it comes, you know what to say. You know how to, basically wave it off or shut your ears. Somebody said something that when she started this business, her family members, were like, you've been scammed or blah, blah, blah. And what she did was he literally had a deaf ear to anything they were saying. Like she was deaf to their words. And, so for me, because I was convinced about what I was doing, it's just like, when I decided that I was going to study cell biology and genetics in school, everyone was like, you course, what kind of course is that? But I had done my research, and that was what I wanted. And I went for it, even though everybody was like, go and do medicine or go and do this one. That was what I wanted. I mean, even though I did not practice at the end of the day, but anyways. So it's the same thing with this one. I was so sure. And then when negativity comes, I appreciate it because I'm like, well, I hear you and I know that you're saying this, especially when it's maybe my friend. I really didn't have any negativity from my family members, but, maybe a few friends will be like, oh, I want to buy it, or something like that. And I'm like, I appreciate what you're saying. I know you love me. I know you care for me and you're trying to protect me from, being scammed or whatever. But I can tell you this is legitimate. This is, a lucrative and a good business. So I think it's just being able to arm yourself and be ready that negativity will come. Even while running the business, I've had a lot of people reach out and they've said some nasty things that, yeah, you want to collect our money or you're out there to scam people. And right now, I'm not even moved. Once they come, I just, move on. Like I literally delete that person or block for that person, and move on. So it's just knowing what you're worth, knowing that you are offering value to people. And when you know that you're offering value, you have gold that you're offering, then you come out in confidence. You won't allow that to get to you. And that's what I encourage people to do. Know that you are valuable and you offer value. And when you know that for yourself, even when those negativity comes in, you don't let it affect you. You don't let it get to you. And the truth is, sometimes it does get to you. Maybe when it's a lot or they hit it, they say something that just messes you up emotionally. That's where you have friends, that you can share your burden with. Man, can you imagine this person said this today? And that person will just have the right words to encourage you that you're doing the right thing. And just to share one more thing, some of the people that felt a bit skeptical about my business, I was so happy to share with them when I received my tax slip earlier this year, and I just sent a snapshot to them. I said, I know that you were skeptical. I know you felt, that this thing, are you sure it's real? And I just sent that I see, I got my tax slip. So this shows that it is legitimate. And then it also shows that it is lucrative, because for me to get tax slip, that means I made money from this business last year. So that is how basically I try to ward off negativity. The truth is they will come, but the more confident you are in what you're doing, the better you are able to control, the effect on you.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much, Bimz. Yes, negativity will always come, but the thing is that we shouldn't allow it get to us so much that it will discourage us or weigh us down. They will definitely come, but we need to know how to handle them. So, lastly, before we go, Bimz, recently, I would say your performance has been applaudable. It has been how do I say it? It's a wow thing. So so can you just share with us just a tip on how you have been doing it? Because honestly, I'm so amazed at your performance recently. I am really so amazed. So we are business partners, and for our intending business partners too that are viewing us from home, can you just give us a tip on how you've been doing it? You may
Okay.
not want to go deeply, but at least just give us an insight of how you have been doing it
All right,
recently.
sure. I mean, this is what I have also learned that when you are consistent in doing something, the rewards of next year is not going, let me rephrase that. The work you do now, you're going to get the rewards of that maybe in a few months, or let's say next year. And so when people say, oh, you're doing so well now or whatever, I tell them that sincerely, I am not doing anything particularly different from what I've been doing. But what I think has happened, is that I have been consistent in my business. I show up every single day, and the consistency is not just doing the same thing, but I have also invested in improving myself, improving my skills while I am being consistent. You know, I am also growing in understanding my business more, so that when I get inquiries from, people who are interested in the business, I know how to present it to them. So I would say, know your business. For me, that is number one. Know and understand your business. And then I would say, be consistent and consistently improving, because you can't keep doing the same thing and you're expecting a different result, right? So consistently improving in what you're doing, and keep learning. Knowledge is power, but I say knowledge put into action, that is where the power is. Because you can gather all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't implement it, it doesn't do anything. So knowledge, put into action is power. And that's just basically what I would share that I have been doing. And then finally, I have been very clear on what I want on my vision board, and I've also been doing a lot of affirmation. Every week I wake up, the beginning of the week, I set my goals. This is what I want in my business this week. I read it out, and I try to visualize it coming, while I'm also doing all the other things I'm supposed to do. So those are the little nuggets I would share. And for anyone who is a business owner, who is an intending business owner, running a business is not easy. That is the truth. But the beauty about our system is that we've simplified it in such a way that you can come in, follow the steps, then add your own vibe or add your own to it, and you will see it grow. So that is what I would encourage you. Just come in with that attitude that I would make it in this business, I will be consistent, I would learn about it and keep improving. And you will see that the seed that you sow, whenever you sowed the seed, would keep germinating and growing. And just be patient, because sometimes a lot of people, they are not patient. They want to start today and tomorrow, man, I'm a millionaire. When it's not, the other things. Exactly. So we just need to be patient, and we'll see it grow. So
yeah. Thank you so much, Bimz. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that nuggets with us. Yes, in this business, we need to know our business. It's a very, very important thing, so that you will know how to present it to people when people ask for inquiry. And then that consistency too is very, very important. Yes. Thank you so much, Bimz. And we want to appreciate you for coming on our platform this evening. So to our viewers out there, if you are skeptical about this business, please don't be any longer. Don't be. Up in, get off that fence and join us in this wonderful and amazing business. And I want to assure you, you won't regret taking that decision. So if you're aspiring to be an intended business partner, you can partner with any of us. Any of these beautiful faces are available. Just click on any of the websites, get more information, and then get started. So we want to say thank you so much, Bimz, for coming tonight, and we want to thank our audience at home for always watching us live. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bimz. Thank you for my co-host, and I would like to say good night from here. So till we come your way again next week, it's a bye-bye from here. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Good
Bye.
night. Bye.